Now in their second generation, Amazon has made some small upgrades and updates to two of its Alexa-powered smart displays. The Echo Show 5 and 8 both offer increases in camera resolution, though more updates will be noticeable on the larger screen. So let's dive in and take a closer look at the Echo Show 5 and the Echo Show 8 and see which one might be a better fit for your needs. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, I'm Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys, and we have the Show 5 and the Show 8, which both of these are in their second generation now, and these aren't the only devices in the Echo Show lineup. There's also the Echo Show 10, but coming in at $250, that one kind of sits in a realm of its own. So here we have the Show 5 and the Show 8. The Show 5 starts at $85 and the Show 8 starts at $130. So wanted to compare these two devices and see which one might be a better fit for you. Design-wise, it might be hard to tell the difference between the first gen and the second gen on both of these devices. They share the same wedge shape with a large touchscreen on the front. Show 5 and Show 8 are both available in charcoal and sandstone, and the Show 5 adds the deep sea blue colorway that we see here. And of course, the one biggest difference between these two smart displays is going to be that screen size. And so you can see here, the Show 8 kind of dwarfs the 5, but the nice thing about the 5 with this smaller size is that it can fit in some smaller spaces a little bit easier. Depending on where you want to place them, the Show 5 would probably fit great on a nightstand, whereas the Show 8 might be a little bit too large. But if you want to read recipes as you move around the kitchen, then the Show 8 might be a better pick so that you can see the screen easier. Controls are pretty much identical across the top on both devices. We have a mute button, which will turn off Alexa so that she doesn't prompt when you are speaking. You have a volume down, a volume up, and then you have the privacy shutter, which will turn off the camera and cover it up with an actual physical shutter. On the back of both devices, we have the power port as well as the USB-C port. Moving on to some of the updates in the second generation over the first generation, the list is pretty limited on the Show 5. It has moved from a 1 megapixel up to a 2 megapixel camera for video calls, but I believe it shares the same processor as the previous generation, so speeds and performance will be about the same. But at $84, it is $5 less than when the previous generation was first released. Some more impressive updates appear on the Show 8 though. This is packing a 13 megapixel camera for video calls, which is great. It's a super wide view, but it can also zoom in to follow you as you move around. And then it also has an updated processor, so it's a little bit more responsive, a little bit faster to respond to your prompts. So as Alexa enables smart displays, what can these do? And I mean, pretty much, the sky's the limit with these. As more devices get added to Alexa, you can control everything from lights to cameras, you can watch shows, you can watch movies, you can pull up recipes, you can pull up, how-to videos. Some of the examples are like, show me how to make a paper crane. There are just plenty of things you can do on here. They're a great way to, run different routines throughout your house. If you have different lights that you want to start or turn off at different times of day, if you want to check your calendar, if you want to check the weather. So yeah, there's just a long list of things you can do with these, and it kind of is, dependent on what devices you have and what you want to accomplish. One of my favorite ways to use these is, you can bring up a video feed from the front door if you have, a video doorbell or something like that. Or I have a few different Wise cameras, and I can, really quickly bring up those video feeds on here just by asking Alexa to play the video from any specific camera. And another big part of that is that these have speakers built in as well, and for the most part, they sound pretty decent. While neither Echo Show will blow away a more dedicated audio device, both sound perfectly acceptable for what they are. Bass is present, but not overpowering, but it can get a little muddy when listening to some different types of music. But overall, it was still easy to make out instruments and vocals when listening to music by Lucius. And likewise, the screen on both devices is plenty bright and plenty sharp. They look great for displaying photos and watching media. Videos do look better on the Show 8 in my opinion, but that's just mainly because it's a bigger image, which makes it a little bit easier to see. With cameras being some of the main upgrades for both models, video calls are better, though there is a small difference on the Show 5. Moving from the 1 megapixel to 2 megapixel camera, the Show 5 looks okay, but it is easily shown up by its bigger brother. With a 13 megapixel camera, the Echo Show 8 has a really wide field of view that also has that follow mode for better close-ups. And while it doesn't rotate like the flagship Echo 10, by using software, the camera can zoom in on that 13 megapixel image and track your movement through the wide field of view. Both sizes have that privacy shutter for the camera, and this simple cover moves over the camera for more privacy and also disables that camera. You can also use these devices to monitor a room if you want to just drop in from your phone or something and view the video feed, through this camera, you can do that. But if you want to disable that and you don't want to be able to drop in, you can easily do that by flipping over the shutter and disabling the camera. One thing to consider here, if you are on a budget, there aren't a whole lot of updates to the second generation Show 5, and you can get a refurbished first generation Show 5 for about $45 right now. So if you don't think you need, that little bit better camera, and you are fine with not having the blue colorway, then that might be a really great option if you just want to get some, smart connectivity and Alexa control at your desk or, out in your garage or in your kitchen. That could be a very easy way to do that. And likewise, on the other side of the spectrum, if you want the best of the best, then definitely check out the Echo Show 10. That has some really great features and a lot to offer, but it does come at a price, that $250 price point. But both of these are great smart displays. They're very easy to use. Alexa is very responsive and just keeps getting better and better. You can view tons of different types of media on these. And so if you are in the Alexa ecosystem and, find yourself wanting a sort of display that you can just talk to pull up different, videos or music or view your calendar or the weather, then both of these are great options. If you do find yourself doing a lot of video calls on it, then I would probably recommend going with the larger Show 8 just because the camera is much better for that. But if you just want, some simple functionality, then I think you'll be plenty happy with the Show 5. Alright, and that'll do it for our review of the Amazon Echo Show 5 and Show 8 second generation. Let us know what you think about them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.